Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm going to be reviewing today the 2023 film Missing. So this story is about this teenage girl, June, whose mum goes away with her new boyfriend on this holiday to Colombia. And June is tasked with going to the airport and picking up her mum when she gets back. And she gets there and her mum never returns. She's filed down as a missing person. And then June basically takes it on herself to kind of investigate the case using just the internet and the resources she has at hand. You can definitely feel that the budget's been blown up quite a bit for this one over Searching. I think just because it feels a little bit more ambitious, the story's a little bit larger scale, and everything they do, yeah, it just feels like it takes more chances. It's almost like the team here kind of had more confidence in these themes and, you know, with this style of storytelling, and kind of really ran with some of these big ideas that they had. And I think they were executed extremely well here. There are a lot of twists and turns in this film. I swear every time that you kind of think that you know what's going on, the film kind of pulls the rug out from under your feet again. And I really liked that about it. You know, it just kept you guessing the whole way. You were so invested in the mystery, and there were little clues and things going on that you just couldn't help in your head but try and kind of work out what was going to happen next. And again, like, some of the final twist reveals in this movie are pretty shocking. I was quite impressed by it. It's a very fast-paced movie. You know, it kind of expects you to keep up with it. I think you'll probably find like some audience members who are a little bit older, who, you know, aren't particularly familiar with a lot of modern social media, don't use, you know, a lot of these kind of chat sites and stuff like this a lot, will probably find this movie quite difficult to keep up with. So it does expect you to be really focused. So on top of that kind of style of storytelling where, you know, you've got a very fast-paced style of movie, there's also so many twists and so many plot elements being thrown at you. The movie does expect quite a bit from you, but it never loses that kind of coherence, and the twists for me really do hit. So that was something that's quite impressive about this. And above just having all of those fancy filming techniques and that intriguing mystery, it's also just got a really likable main character here in June. And, you know, this is a story that a lot of people will be able to relate to and connect with. It's a story that's all about, you know, kind of finding out how much you really love and appreciate somebody in your life, and only realizing that when they're no longer there or no longer in your life. And, you know, it's a story that a lot of people can relate to, especially when you're at that late teenage age, like June is here. She's 18, you know, and at that time in your life, you're more interested in your friends and partying and dating and everything like that. And you don't really take that time to think about the, you know, how much you appreciate the more important people in your life. And it's situations like these, like told in this story, where you really would kind of force you to realize how much you miss them, how much you really care about that. And I think Storm Reid's portrayal of June just really convincingly told that story, and it's quite a, you know, quite an emotional story. And so I think that just kind of was like the heart of this film. So whilst it is an exciting thriller, the thing that I think is going to make it more memorable to me is that it has a main character in it with a story that you do really care about as well. I really loved as well where early on in the investigation, she's using that website where you find these kind of people that are independent workers, where they'll do certain tasks and help you with things. And she contacts this guy, Javier, who lives in Colombia, and kind of pays him to go out and, you know, do things like find security footage for her. And, you know, obviously just because of the nature of what's going on, he just gets really invested in what she's trying to do, and they kind of build a bit of a friendship throughout the film. And I really enjoyed all the scenes between them. I think he was really likable. I loved their dynamic between each other. And it just, again, it was something, a little extra element that just made this film more exciting. It's like she's kind of found someone on the other side of the world who's helping around and finding all these clues. He's on his bike just going between places and calling her suddenly within a scene with new information. And I just really liked that little extra touch this film had. And yeah, that was something that I thought really worked very well here. And Javier was just such a likable character. You kind of got a little bit of his backstory as well. And yeah, I loved everything with those two characters together. I think when comparing this one to Searching, I would say overall this feels like it's a little bit more of an exciting movie. I think the mystery here had me, really invested and really wanting to know what was going on. I think the twists and turns got me a lot more. They were more shocking, and I just more didn't expect them coming. They kind of caught me off guard. But on the other side, I would say that I think this one does stretch believability a little bit more. Like the amount of things that have to line up and have to happen for everything in this plot to work coherently. I think it relies on sort of plot devices to some extent. Not that the film has kind of plot holes. It's really cleverly done. It's been well thought out. There's no doubt about it. But it feels like a plot from a movie, if you know what I mean, rather than a real missing persons case. And there have been. I mean, I'm fascinated by missing persons cases. There are some absolutely insane stories out there. I just think that perhaps with Searching, it felt a little bit more grounded to something that could really happen. Whereas this one, when you look back afterwards, it does feel like a plot that came from a movie rather than being inspired by a real story. So yeah, overall my thoughts, I really enjoyed Missing. It exceeded my expectations. And it's definitely a film I'd recommend to you if you enjoyed Searching especially, and if you like this kind of style of filmmaking. It's a film that you're going to get a lot of enjoyment from. And that running time really flies by. You won't be bored during this, and I'm absolutely sure you are not going to see all of those twists and turns coming. And I'm just really excited to see what else, what other movies we're going to get in this kind of style on telling it through the screen. And maybe I feel like we're not far away from a masterpiece with this type of film. Maybe even this team here, maybe their third one is going to be that. But I'm certainly excited for it because these first two they've done have been absolutely fantastic. So yeah, it's a recommend all day from me. It's one of the better films so far that I've seen yet this year. And I'm going to give this one a 4 out of 5 rating. Thank you very much for watching my review of Missing. I will leave a couple of cards up here for other 2023 release reviews that I've done so far if you want to hear my thoughts on those. Please leave me a like and subscribe to the channel if you've enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time.